Ah, mascots. They were so... Wait, what's that? I'm not reviewing anything. School assignment? Oh. Well then, I guess I'm doing a history lesson now. Buckle up your eyeballs, kiddo!
We were bad, but now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood.
Music was an important factor of the Middle Ages, so much so that I'm doing a whole presentation on it. Hallelujah! If we didn't have music in medieval times, we probably wouldn't have the music we have nowadays. Well, I don't really know if that's a good thing or bad thing, you tell me. It's an important milestone in the music industry, along with classical music such as Beethoven or Mozart. And if you think that's not important in the history of music, then you need to go get your brain checked. The first person to ever create medieval music in Europe and the whole world itself, actually, was a musician by the name of Romano Sammelidist, known for making songs such as The Nativity of Christ. And yes, they are all Christian themed. A lot of variety, I know, but the medieval era of music didn't have as much topics to do songs on as we do now, along with not trying to be controversial at all. Some popular medieval songs include the Gregorian chants, Ars Nova, Ars Antiqua, and Sumer is Incumen in, the latter being one of the most popular medieval songs to remember. Speaking of medieval musicians, some pretty popular ones include... Warning, I will probably pronounce these names wrong, so please correct me if I do pronounce them wrong. Thank you. Adam de la Halle, Guillaume de Machat, John Dunstable, Johannes Ockingham, and Josquin Desprez, the last one being a composer during the transitional period from the medieval to the Renaissance era of music. After the medieval era of music, we've got loads more eras, which are the Renaissance era, Baroque era, Classical era, and the 20th century era. Music was evolving throughout time. It was getting better and better. Songs are getting catchier and more expressive. I mean, just look at the music we have now. We have Gorillaz, Linkin Park, Blur, Sammy J and Randy, Queen, Silent, Jacob Sartorius, Alvin and the Chipmunks kinda counts, I guess. Mark Tom. Actually, you know what? Forget it. The mainstream music industry nowadays is de-evolved these days. It's just utter crap. Shameful. Shameful, shameful, shameful! But that doesn't mean medieval music was completely forgotten. It is still remembered by some people, like Steve Reich, a minimalist composer inspired by Leonin and Perotin, two composers from the Middle Ages. Other people have been inspired by the two as well. There's also a genre known as neo-medieval music, a type of music inspired by original medieval music, using some elements from the latter. It would usually use such instruments as bagpipes, hurdy-gurdy, and shawm. Heck, even Josquin Desprez, a popular medieval Renaissance musician I mentioned earlier, is on Spotify. I bet you didn't know that little nugget. So, that's about it. That's basically the most important stuff you need to learn here. And oh boy, you better keep this information handy, because we're now going to do a Kahoot quiz, just to see if you've been paying any attention. And if you weren't, have fun doing that. I'll just keep floating in the void behind this background, trying to find that game I wanted to review. God damn it, where is it?